Good afternoon, countrymen and women. Yesterday, I received a phone call from Cabinet Office, and we were invited to go to Cabinet Office and pick up an invitation letter, an invitation card, so to speak. So I sent someone, and they proceeded to pick up this envelope from Cabinet Office. As you can see, that it is addressed to myself. So this is a letter that we picked up, and evidently it is marked as urgent, and it is coming from the Director of State Functions. And when I got this letter, I just put it among my other documents. I didn't have time to open it. But when I opened it today, I found that it has two contents, basically. The first content is an invitation card, as you can rightly see there. That's an invitation card to a memorial, so to speak, tomorrow. And the other one is a program for the memorial, which is supposed to take place tomorrow. And the heading clearly says that it is a wreath-laying ceremony. On the cover of it, it says for Kenneth Kaunda. But when I opened this program and went through page by page, the first page, the picture which is there, is that of President Hichilema, as you can clearly see. And then I proceeded to check all the other pages. That is the second page. It just shows the arrival times and ABCD. And that is the third page, as you can rightly see there. And this is the last page. That's the last page. So we have a program for a memorial, and there's only one picture in this program. And that picture is for President Hakainde Hichilema. You see? There is no picture for Kenneth Kaunda in this program. And our understanding is that if you're going to hold a memorial, because even at a family level, at a personal level, we hold a lot of memorials for most of our friends and family who died. And our understanding is that if you're going to hold a memorial and you prepare a program for a memorial, the picture you put on that program is for the person who died and whose memorial you are actually doing. I've never come across a memorial, countrymen and women, where they put the picture of an uncle who is alive, or a father or a son who is alive in a program for memorial. I've never come across that. And that is where my question comes from, to say, is it that I have not been monitoring the news? Is it that President Hakainde Hichilema died and the memorial taking place tomorrow is for President Hakainde Hichilema? Is that the case? Because in this day and age, you know, sometimes we don't monitor all the news. We don't monitor all the news. Why is President Hakainde Hichilema's picture the one on the program for the memorial which is taking place tomorrow? Is it a case whereby the people at Cabinet Office maybe, instead of writing Hakainde Hichilema here, they wrote Kenneth Kaunda, and that the memorial tomorrow is supposed to be for President Hakainde Hichilema? Or is it that the people at Cabinet Office made a mistake and put the picture for President Hakainde Hichilema instead of putting the picture of the person whose memorial we are having tomorrow, who is late former President Kenneth Kaunda? These questions need to be answered, and I believe that government needs to answer these questions quite urgently and provide clarity on this matter. because it has a lot of potential to cause confusion in the country. Because people might think that the president has died, or that the president died and that tomorrow we are holding his memorial. If the Cabinet Office designed these cards in the manner and fashion that they are in, if there is no mistake here, if everything in these cards and program are deliberate, and that the placement of President Hakainde Hichilema's picture in the memorial program for tomorrow was deliberate by Cabinet Office, then we would like to condemn this as very, very wrong. It is totally wrong, because nowhere in the world have you ever found a situation whereby a memorial service is being held for someone who died, and the picture on the program of that memorial service is for a person who is still alive. Nowhere. It has never happened. It has never happened. Ever, never, never, never happened. And if indeed the design of this program, like I said, was deliberate by Cabinet Office with the aim of maybe propping up the political fortunes of President Hakainde Hichilema, so that all the attendants, when they go there and they look at the program, the first person they look at will be the picture of President Hakainde Hichilema, then we would like to condemn that approach by Cabinet Office, because it is totally wrong. Even if you want to promote the president, this is not the way you promote the president, by putting him in the program for another person's memorial. What if someone came to Zambia and they've never seen a picture of Kenneth Kaunda? They've never met Kenneth Kaunda in their lives, and they're coming to Zambia for the first time, and they are given this program for tomorrow's memorial, and they look at the program and they open the page, first page, they see the picture of President Hakainde Hichilema. They go through the rest of the program, and there's no other picture. No other picture whatsoever. No other picture. There's only one picture for President Hakainde Hichilema. Any reasonable person, what would they conclude? Whose memorial would they conclude that we are having tomorrow? Obviously, they'll conclude that the memorial is for the person who is being shown in the picture for the program. In this case, President Hakainde Hichilema. You see? So, there are a lot of issues that arise from this particular matter. There is also an issue of the competence of the people who have been deployed at Cabinet Office. Because what President Hakainde Hichilema did the moment he was elected into office is that he got rid of literally everybody at Cabinet Office, and he placed his own people there. And to a large extent, these people are incompetent. To a large extent, these people don't know what they are doing. And these are some of the symptoms of the incompetence of the people at Cabinet Office. When you hire your sister or your cousin or your brother, they are not going to do the job in a proper, sober manner. They always want to overreach. They always want to go an extra mile to please you in a wrong way. And if this program was deliberate, then these are the symptoms of hiring incompetent people at Cabinet Office, whereby you have a memorial for Kenneth Kaunda, and instead of having the picture for Kenneth Kaunda here, you are having a picture for Hakainde Hichilema, the current president, who, according to my own understanding, is still alive. So those are the consequences of nepotism. Those are the consequences of hiring people from your phone book. You end up having incompetent people into office who cannot perform basic duties, including a basic duty of just reasoning to say, look, we are having a memorial for KK, therefore, if we are going to put a photo, if we are going to put a picture in the program, it has to be a picture of KK. Someone couldn't reason make that simple reasoning. And they felt compelled to say, no, let us make the president happy by putting his photo there instead, and not putting KK's photo anywhere in the program. So these countrymen and women exemplifies everything that is wrong with the current government, everything that is wrong with the approach to recruitment of people in the current government, with the attitude of the current government and the attitude of the current president, whereby he does not believe in institutional memory. He does not believe in recruiting people on merit. He does not believe in having the best, performing Zambians occupying public offices. He doesn't believe in that. Instead, he hires people who apparently have decided to declare him dead, because this is a declaration of death. Putting you in a memorial program is a declaration of death. Someone has declared the president of the Republic of Zambia to be dead, which in my view is not only wrong, but has a great potential of causing confusion in the nation. It has a lot of potential to cause confusion in the nation. And we are hopeful that from the part of government, government is going to issue a statement to clarify this matter. Number one, we expect government, through the Minister of Information, of course, to apologize to the Zambian people on this particular issue. They should apologize, number one, for not including a picture of President Kenneth Kaunda in his own, in his own memorial program. How do you hold a memorial program for someone and you don't include their picture? You put the picture of somebody else. Even if you disagreed with that person when they were still alive, surely you need to find it within your heart to forgive that person, so that when you do a memorial for that person, you can at least, as a minimum, put a picture of the person whose memorial service you are actually doing. So the people of Zambia and Kenneth Kaunda's family, the late former President Kenneth Kaunda's family, deserve an apology from government for this particular behavior by government to put President Hakainde Hichilema's picture in former late President Kenneth Kaunda's program for the memorial tomorrow, because this is totally unacceptable. So we expect an apology from government. Secondly, we want to demand that government should withdraw all these programs, because I believe they've been issued to a lot of people. All the programs on the cards, there's no picture, so the cards can remain, but government needs to withdraw all these programs which they've issued to various people who are, intended to attend tomorrow's memorial. They need to withdraw this, and they need to reprint a fresh program for tomorrow's commemoration, the wreath-laying ceremony for late former President Kenneth Kaunda. And that corrected program, the fresh program that they print, they need to put a picture of late former President Kenneth Kaunda here. They need to put a picture of late former President Kenneth Kaunda here. If they want to insist on also putting a picture of the current president, they can put it somewhere down, a smaller picture somewhere down. That might be acceptable. But you cannot have a program, a memorial program, with only one picture, one photo, and that photo is for the current president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, with no single photo in the program for the person whose memorial you are actually undertaking. That, countrymen and women, is totally unacceptable. And for some of us, we are not shy to point out the things that we feel very strongly are wrong and are being perpetrated by President Hakainde Hichilema's administration. No matter how awkward it might appear, we are not shy to point those things out, because we believe that if we are going to build a better Zambia, the starting point is to see to it that government does things in a proper manner. We cannot have a situation where government does whatever comes to their mind because they are government. They put a picture of a supposedly living president in a memorial of a dead president. That kind of behavior, countrymen and women, shall not be tolerated, and we shall challenge it whenever we have an opportunity to do so. If we have an opportunity to make the challenge through the media, we shall challenge them through the media. If we have an opportunity to challenge them through the course of law, we shall challenge them in the course of law. But whatever the case, we shall not let misbehavior such as this, go unchallenged on the part of the government and on the part of President Hakainde Hichilema. Thank you very much, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.